ourselves. All right, guys, welcome to the call. For those of you hitting on board, appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in. You should all be hearing me. Give me your comments and reactions when you come on board. We're going to do some product research hunting today. Thanks for joining on this Thursday product hunt. It is 3 p.m. Eastern. For those of you who are watching the replay, you kind of missed out. You got to join in live every 3 p.m. Eastern every Thursday. We're doing 15 minutes, 20 minutes of product hunts. I'm going to go through and find as many products as I can that initially qualify with an 80% confidence that they could be sold. We're using ASIN360 PRO to figure that out. So if you're coming along for the ride, give me a yay, a what's up, a hello. If you are enjoying these, subscribe, comment below, and engage, because I'm here to help you guys live if you are on. And we're also just going to kind of, it's not prescripted. I have no idea what's going to happen at this moment. I'm going to go into Amazon, and one of the things I do in types of urban mining, sort of how do I figure out what to sell kind of things, I typically try to look at what's in my environment and what's happening right in front of me, and then utilize that as a way to find products and leverage products in other directions. We had some folks last week when we did this come on and give some suggestions that were great. We went down into a whole nother niche of products, which was fun. So if you're in there hanging out and I see you on here, it looks like the number of people are coming on. So say, hey, I don't always see the comments. I'll try to look at the post. I'll try to follow along with the comments as best as possible. And if I'm looking over here, it's because there's another screen. And I don't want to miss you guys. So come on in and say, hey, if you are getting in right now, let me go over here to videos and see if I can get into the current live stream that is coming through. So I can make sure that I see everybody's comments. All right. All right. So there you guys are. Cool. Excellent. So if you have any particular products you want me to test, give me out. Otherwise, literally, like I said, I'm going to go into Amazon.com and we're going to bust this open. We're going to set a timer and we're going to kind of just go. And I'm going to look for product opportunities. We're going to evaluate them quickly. We're going to see what is out there literally from a brainstorming perspective and how to just think about ideas for products as you go and just try to evaluate those products and then make sure you understand the opportunities that those products can present when you serve them up in a brand. Hey, Spencer, how's it going? Thanks for joining the broadcast, man. Make sure you ask any questions as we go along. Guys, just a quick plug here for the free Amazon sellers training. If you're a full-time Amazon seller or a seller who wants to be full-time, if you're doing arbitrage, retail, wholesale, online, you've tried FBA or are still trying to get it to move, and you need some help, the free sellers training could potentially do that. It's 5 days of training done in a virtual summit. We drop the videos of the 5 different topics that are required to really help you get going, understand what really the valuation of FBA means, the fulfilled by Amazon, and what it has to do with private label or OEM products that you can sell. It's a very powerful training. It's free, no obligation to join or get anything, but if you do, you hop over to the link below this description when it goes live at freeamztraining.group. Join us on the next upcoming group. We're going to go over things like mindset hacks for product research. We're going to talk about how to borrow products and borrow advertising within Amazon and some sneaky stuff we can do in there. We're going to talk about knowing your numbers and how to actually understand the numbers in your products. Very important, especially when you're just getting started, or even the advanced people get a lot out of that. We'll talk about how Amazon's a big old filing system in its system of search, and how to identify good ways to position your products correctly for visibility and maximum relevance. And then we'll wrap up the whole virtual summit with a concept we call the Platinum Principle, and that is how to sell your business literally with intrinsic value that's worth more when you sell it than the business builder's phase. And so if it's a free training, at the link below in the description, or go to freeamztraining.group and check it out. All right, so for those of you who are ready to go, let's go. We're going to jump over to the screen here. And I'm going to figure out which screen I'm actually showing when I go in here. How do you change the screen on this thing? Hold on just a second. Let's go to that one. All right, here we go. I'm obviously live here, so you can see where I'm at. All right, we're in the screen, we're going, and we're hanging out together. Let's go ahead and figure out what kind of products we can go after. So literally, I am just going to look through the main part of Amazon. Why? Because there is a lot of stuff that ends up showing up in here that we can dive into, that Amazon's continuously changing, or just things that we've got in our own basket, things you're probably looking at, or areas in which you went a certain direction, or even things like this, popular brands that have been suggested. Don't necessarily suggest you do the clothing and jewelry on Amazon. That's pretty tough. Obviously, they know I like power tools because I'm an outdoor guy. I like to build stuff. I've built potato boxes. I'm soon going to build some benches, and I'm going to build some Adirondack chairs and stuff outside here soon. for our fire pit and things. And you can see, obviously, they know that I like that because I've been looking at a lot of power tools. I've got a lot of power tools. Toys of recommendation. That's cool. We could dive into toys. Toys are going to be cool, especially heading into the holiday season. You can get ungated in toys later in the year. We've got stuff that we've purchased in here. I mean, look, there's a plethora of ideas to just start digging into. Definitely don't go in here. It's under 10 bucks. You're not going to find the profit you want in that. But air conditioners and fans, maybe. Home cooling essentials, probably a little bit larger than most people would go after. So let's just see where we can dive into. I'm just going to go into power tools for a second. Nah, I'm not sure if I want to go into power tools. Do we want to go into power tools? Who wants to go into power tools? Customer favorites, trends, see women's trending styles, Father's Day. Well, let's just see what they're doing over here. All right, so we've got some sunglasses. We've got rings. We've got shoes. Got a lot of clothing. Got some swimwear. That's probably time of year. Some underwear. Kind of looking for something that's going to be a little bit more evergreen, a little longer. Okay, so tactical patched hat. That's kind of more evergreen than a seasonal. Definitely not moving a whole lot of units for the price point they're at, but it could be good. It's still clothing. Boy, there's a lot of swimwear stuff showing up. Sorry, folks, if that offends you. I'm not trying to. It is apparently that time of year, so there's a lot of half-naked women on my screen. All right, don't capitulate my video. YouTube's going to put me down for these kind of images. All right, so we got glasses. We got more swimwear. We're having a lot of trending brands because of the time of year in which we're doing this video, of course. And we don't really want to look for trends, but it is giving me some ideas. Let's look for more of the accessories. So we got handbags and wallets and accessories. So let's go on down into the accessories a little bit more. You know, glasses could work. We're definitely looking at the top end of this. So let's go a little deeper. Scarves, wraps, hats, sunglasses, eyewear. How about organizers? Okay, different kinds of wallets. Okay, we're into leather goods, cases, cards and ID cases, purses and pouches, coin purses and pouches. Interesting. Oh, there's only one down at that note. Okay, well, that's way too far down. What about card and ideas? Nope, down to one, too. Not a lot of women into that. How about wallets? Okay, wallets still falling sort of far. All right, wallets and money organizers is really low in this particular area of Amazon. So let's not venture too far into that. But let's just go up to accessories and just see what the whole thing comes back. We got belts, cats, fans. Okay, so we're getting into like Father's Day stuff up here. Playing around with this concept. Still a lot of the similar types of accessories. The glasses are going to be cool, but that's a pretty niche market in terms of trying to... Okay, there's a splash screen. That's interesting. I think that's also a timely thing. Okay, there's a graduation Kinty style. Interesting. That's very trendy, I bet. In terms of time, that's actually interesting. That is definitely a potential trending. I mean, look at this. They've even got class of 2020 on it. How clever is that? They even have it with a option to
take graduation photos that look amazing.
Huh. Interesting. Now, they're not selling a lot, so we look over here, we see 678, not moving a ton of units in terms of price and profitability, especially with cost of goods. Hey, Dwayne, welcome to the call, buddy. Good to see you. I'm making sure I'm not... Let me get my screen a little smaller over here so I'm not squashing in on anybody's comments. There we go. Hey, Dwayne. All right. So we're just kind of picking some items. We're going through. We're just visualizing. We're coming up with ideas. We haven't really landed on anything just yet, but that's okay. We're going to go back into here a little bit farther. Okay, so belts, leather goods, these kinds of things can be a little bit more evergreen than seasonal. Obviously, seasonal belts could work, or a different kind of belt for every season. So it could work after some of that. So let's just see what this does. Let's pull up ASIN here, and let's just go through the filter and go backwards and see what kind of products. A lot of red initially shows up. I don't like that. We don't want to see a lot of red. Because we're going to find, oh, there's a whole another level of belt right there. We don't want to go after that. There's some cool belts, belt buckles, belt accessories for buckles. Well, belt buckles, I mean, that grabbed my attention there for a second just because I was talking it out with you guys. Don't want to get too far into jewelry, but we're still in the accessory side. Jewelry is just a really hard niche. It's pretty limited, and you're going to have to... Yeah, excluding adult items. Let's keep out of that. Let's keep this family-friendly safe here today. Don't want to go down that route. Let's just do a quick, like, women's belts. Let's see what it says for buckles. Anything? Buckles? How about we spell it right? Okay, what are we getting into here? 3,000 different results. Okay, we're starting to see some interesting price points that are making this a little bit more interesting. Let's go ahead and pull that one up. And while ASIN's kind of, yeah, see a little bit more green, still seeing some red in terms of that. We're starting to see it pull up. There's some green opportunities. Haven't seen anything that really struck my attention just yet. Little similarities, concepts in the belt. Obviously, we're playing in the leather. Let's do a quick filter here with the tool. We're going to pull the rating and let's go for the profitability. Okay, some green products, but definitely not a lot of traffic. That's why I don't like that particular niche. Just not a lot of value traffic, right? But let's just keep going through here. We had belt accessories and women. And we're just literally, we may have to just pull out of this niche because I'm falling too far down into somewhere I can tell we don't want to go. But that's the fun of this because we can pull right back out. Okay, so let's pull back out. Let's go into, let's go back in and let's just see what my kids and family have been buying and see if I can't find something fun in there. Okay, there's a lot of food and stuff. We've done this before. There's always something in here to dig into and go sideways. Explore more items is another great place to look too. At the bottom of the screen, as you can see, explore more items pulls up all kinds of fun stuff. We've got gadgets. We got a target, a bear archery foam target. That caught my attention. Literally, my eyes went straight to the target. Imagine that. It's a bear archery foam target. Not making, it's got a lot of profit, but this person really hasn't taken the, oh, 300,000. Well, that would be why. So they haven't taken a lot of opportunity to really rank that product good, even though it has a lot of profit on it. Here's a different kind of traditional made target. Like we're just literally going sideways, guys. You can see how fast. You can see how fast we've moved this. 737. We haven't broken $1,000, but this is not a bad listing. They're just not terribly ranked well, and potentially where they are currently. That's a cool picture. Somebody did some good Photoshop work on that bad boy. It's a cool particular product. It looks like it's a traditional handmade archery. So there's some interesting, okay, so we're literally segmenting into some of the outdoors. We're segmenting down into archery and targets. Let's just go into targets real quick. Different kinds of targets related to this model of archery targets. Okay, we're going into a whole niche of archery. There's the most wished for, hot new releases, top rated. All right, let's just go play in the top rated category for a second here. Under targets, and let's let ASIN go to work on that. See if there's anything good that can be dug out of there. Looks like some red, some yellows. There's a little bit of green on that product. That's potentially profitable. $89 with 25 in gross profit, about $1,000 a month. Not moving too many units. Doesn't look like there's a few greens in here. I'm not seeing like anything terribly. Let's refilter that. So we got a couple of products here that did show up as green. 26,000 at 1,300. All right, so if we could get that below 16,000, we could potentially triple this, putting us at around 3,300. Below 10, we could be at 5,000. So there's a potential product right there. Wow, that one's just totally jacked by people with 31 sellers. So that's not even a really specific private label product, although it's on here. They obviously haven't done anything to stop people from getting on their listing. In fact, they must encourage it, or they don't care. At 31 people, there would be an opportunity to lock this thing in as a brand that competes and actually get it registered and then take over this particular market. There's some good price points, some good profitability. The tool is definitely showing us the possibility for private labeling and profitability, which is great. And we don't see a ton of competition. Let's just go here quickly with the tool. We can come over and see frequently bought together. So let's see what else people are buying with this, because that could unlock some new angles. They are buying some additional, okay, some practice hangers and belt green clips. Interesting. Not terribly profitable, but the stand, this is interesting. So the stand could take us another direction, which is basically into the additional archeries and accessories. Looks like they've got a kind of a metal stand here, and man, they got a really bad listing. This is a terribly bad listing. But it does take us into some sponsored products. It does take us down into the archery niche a little bit deeper. The archery niche is pretty cool, right? It is more seasonal, so you got to watch that with seasonal. Archery happens for a good part of the year, but then there's also 3 to 4 months during the winter months where this wouldn't particularly flow right. But we could potentially see, you know, we did a filter here by profit and that kind of, oh, actually this was the frequent. We came over here and we did a profit, but we got a little bit of niche that could work a little differently over here. And then we went sideways into the stand. So this is definitely, you know, game hoist and gambles. We could go a little bit farther. This was the block we looked at a minute ago. It is obviously being, you know, used by 31 other people. So technically they haven't locked this in. So there could be some opportunity here for a product that has at least $25 in profit. I suspect we could probably find that product relatively easy. All right, so we're over here at most wished. We're at the bestseller side. We're at the most gifted. We don't want to go under 25. Let's just see what other products ASIN pulls out of that listing right there, because there's a number of them there that caught my attention. Let's see if it pulls together any of the additional products that are down here, because there's a whole bunch of stands. And we can also see that we are in the Game Hoist and Gambles, which is actually the node. But let's just see if we can do a keyword search and see what else comes up. Okay, so we go into Hoist and Gambles. All right, so we go into a whole nother area. See, this is what's fun, guys, because we're like unplugging areas. And what we're doing very quickly is anything in the red and the yellow, we're just kind of throwing it out. And we are obviously not going to sell anything that is red or yellow. But we are going to refilter, and we're going to find a couple of product opportunities with 19 sellers. Okay. And they're all above 100,000, so they're in red. You'd want these below 100,000, between 50 and 100,000, so you have opportunity to grow. There's good profit, but there might not necessarily mean a lot of sales, meaning just it's not a high in demand type of product, which, you know, you could carve out a little bit of a niche, but then again, you're going to be potentially fighting with a lot of people for traffic, which I wouldn't particularly like to go in. So we're kind of breaking this niche down today a little bit in my thinking and logic, and obviously we got way down into the storage and maintenance of that node. Let's pull out of here a little bit farther, and this takes us back up to shooting. Okay, so we're just literally, we went from boxes, targets, archery to shooting. So you can see where we're just moving horizontal through this marketplace, this niche, as we're evaluating the potentials of products for it. And we're starting to see other products and affinities open up, and we can just keep digging through here. You know, most wished for is going to take us into the accessories of these products. So let's just poke in over here. Obviously over here, we didn't really see a lot of profit, didn't really see a lot of things I was uncovering. But let's go down into, we've got airsoft, gun accessories, storage, paintball, slingshots, targets, and accessories. Airsoft is huge from what I understand right now. I've ran across a lot of videos on YouTube for airsoft. Guns, pellet. Let's just go down into the accessory side, most wished for. And let's just see where we drop in mounts, rails, and tools. Okay, there's all kinds of little areas. Obviously the tools for the components. They've got rails, all the accessories, right? All kinds of different components of the shooting accessories. Let's just say mounts for a second. We're going to just poke into this one. Let's see what comes back. Seeing that the system is telling me there's a little bit more traffic, obviously in demand based on the amount of units moved. That's just a gauge. I am seeing definitely some profitability. We refilter and we find, you know, some decent price points, not terribly great rankings. So again, we're just kind of fleshing this out, and we're going to flesh it out, or flush it out. We may flush this niche while we're fleshing it out because it may be too low. There may be opportunity here, but we're going to keep digging. We found some profitable products, so technically the mission was accomplished. Even though it wasn't a lot of profit, I was really looking for something that could be showing, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 a month minimum, and we haven't quite found one of those products just yet. Although we're just digging through, and you guys can see it's a bit of a process. Not getting married to any of these products. I just want to evaluate them and determine possibilities. So we're down into the guns themselves there. We're down into some of the accessories. And I think there's a combo of these products that could be put together down in here to show opportunities. We could even come back again to shooting, and we could go back into, you know, we were the guns and accessories. There's air guns. How about the airsoft? Particularly, these might actually have a little bit more traffic. Let's just dig into this a little deeper. I'm seeing a higher volume sales coming up. Those are the actual potential airsoft guns themselves. We got some of the accessories. All right, so we're pulling into some of that. Okay, so now we're starting to see something closer to where I wanted to go. We've got number one seller. So we've got 1,600, 1,400, 2,500, 5,600 a month. We're looking at the sights. Cool. All right, these can actually be sourced, and gloves. Those aren't too terrible hard to source. And of course, we got a sight. All right, so we found five green light products of opportunities with price points and products that are pretty decent, moving some good revenues. More importantly, they're moving good profit. 15, 23, 95, 26, 16, and some decent money per month in estimated profits. Now, guys, if you notice, I'm not focusing on the ones that say 30,000, 50,000 a month in profit, because by the revenue estimates and your ability to approach them, you're going to be finding, especially in beginner to novice stage of Amazon selling and FBA, you're going to want to start stacking these things up, right? It takes 5 of these products doing 2,000 a month in profit to make you 10,000 a month. And with these limited, these smaller size MOQs and types of products, you're not necessarily going to have to move a ton of units to do some decent business with them and still get a decent profit margin, carve yourself out a little bit of a niche, and continue to produce more of those types of products in the market, and then add on things like accessories as you can get a hold of them. So these people here who are buying this particular type of tactical glove are also buying this kind of tactical glove, and they're buying these types of headsets. If you can source these kinds of headsets, then you got almost a $10,000 a month profit margin potential, and you could private label and kind of come in and take over this opportunity. You need more profit than 17, and you've got to obviously get down to 286. But this is at 20,000. It wouldn't be too difficult to get that product below 10,000, and I don't think I've ever heard of the Pig brand. So forgive me, maybe you have. This is a niche that you're riding a little bit stronger than me. But yeah, you could definitely check that out. And of course, any of these particular products, we can do this again. We can come over and see there are a couple of frequently bought together. We can move laterals. We can see now we got glasses and we got a case. And the glasses in the case are running 2,700 to 5,700 a month. So there we go. We found some really great profitable products. Product opportunities, though these are lower in their gross margins, that doesn't mean you couldn't compete with them if you go in and get your sourcing done. So a couple of opportunities that just went lateral there, and a couple of opportunities here. So there we go. 23 minutes into this, and we found multiple products at a green light that could have opportunity where the sourcing is something you would need to back into, and you guys could actually go. So if you followed along, just recap of where we were in this process. We started out looking for accessories with women that took us into accessories with archery. We went lateral through archery into shooting, and shooting into airsoft, and airsoft into air guns, and then we went into the accessories of shooting itself. And then we were just now poking around in airsoft guns and accessories. It's a wide open, huge niche of opportunities. And as you saw me just keep iterating with the tool, looking for those green lights, I was able to push in and find a number of products doing anywhere between $800 a month in profit, which is not great, to $2,000 to $3,000, $5,000 up to $10,000 a month in profit, which is much better for your product opportunity. And we did it relatively fast. So you guys can see that's the power of finding that and being able to determine a green light product. That's what we were talking about here today. Your goal next is to come in and determine with the get net payout the particular cost of goods associated with a product, and then to go in and reverse source this into places like Alibaba or AliExpress and find that product to get private labeled, and to come in here and become one of these brands and get in the market and start selling. So guys, hopefully you found that, hopefully you found some products out of this today, got some ideas, followed along, saw the way we use the tool, and at least I thought my way through the process of hunting these types of products down, which is ironic because we actually ended up in the hunting dish. So we were hunting in the hunting dish. How fun is that? And we found some really good products that have potentials that just need to be sourced and into a potential outdoor gear in the hunting niche. So guys, there we go. Product hunt done. Get out there, source. If you want to grab the tool and you don't have it right now, go to asininspector.com. Link is below. And once again, if you guys want more training and you enjoyed today and you'd like to get more training like this, we have the free Amazon Sellers training coming up. It's a 5-day summit. You guys can learn how to do what we just did, even in more detail, where we go through an extensive training together. And the link below here will get you over to that free amztraining.group, where you can get into the next available summit. And of course, asininspector.com at the link below to go grab a copy one time for this product, get unlimited updates, and be able to find products quickly, easily, get your green light products moving, and get selling in the market, guys. Hope you had a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next Product Hunt Live. Take care. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed today so you get notifications the next time I go live. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.